Hello guys, this is Dr. Noni from Dr. Noni's Power Lab. Today I'm going to talk to you about a very interesting subject. As you know, this channel is all about pushing limits, optimizing health, and achieving peak performance. Whether it is mastering your metabolism, staying sharp, or building unstoppable momentum in life, I have got you covered. Today we are diving into the low glycemic index diet, a game changer for stable energy, better focus, and long-term health. So let's get into it. Have you ever felt exhausted right after eating? Like your body just hit a wall? It happens to me all the time, especially in open buffets. That's because some foods send your blood sugar on a roller coaster. 1 minute you're flying high, and then bam! Sugar crash, cravings, and fatigue. Here's the secret: the glycemic index. It's not just another diet trend, it's a science-backed way to fuel your body for steady energy, weight control, and even disease prevention. Yes, disease prevention from inflammation. So let's dive into the real science behind low glycemic eating, why it works, and how to apply it to your life right now. So what's the glycemic index and why it matters? So the glycemic index food ranks carbs based on how quickly they raise the blood sugar. It's measured on a scale from 0 to 100. High glycemic index foods, 70 and above, rapid blood sugar spikes followed by crashes, while the medium glycemic index foods, 56 to 69, basically equal moderate impact on blood sugar, while the low glycemic index foods, 55 and below, equal gradual release of glucose, keeping energy stable. Why does this matter? So this is the science behind it. High glycemic index foods trigger insulin surges, leading to fat storage and energy crashes, while the low glycemic index foods prevent insulin spikes, keeping you fuller, longer, and burning fat efficiently. Here's a fun fact: the glycemic index was originally developed for diabetics, but today it's used by athletes, nutritionists, and doctors who optimize metabolism and energy levels. So what's the science behind high glycemic index versus low glycemic index foods? When you eat a high glycemic index foods like white bread, for example, your body rapidly converts them into glucose, flooding your bloodstream with glucose. And this makes pancreas to respond aggressively by releasing a surge of insulin to clear that sugar. Here's the problem. We have three problems now, because when you have a lot of insulin, that means sugar crash, the blood sugar will drop down, and this will stimulate craving and also fat storage, and increased risk of insulin resistance and diabetes. And also the second thing is repeated sugar spikes damage the blood vessel, increasing the risk of heart disease. And the third is high glycemic index diets are linked to inflammation, fatigue, and even cognitive decline, while the low glycemic index foods, on the other hand, digest slowly, providing steady energy without triggering excess insulin. Let me give you an analogy to simplify things, right? It's very easy to simplify things. Think of a high glycemic index food as a firework, big explosion and then nothing, while the low glycemic index foods more like a candle, slow, steady burn. So let's give you some examples about the best and worst foods for blood sugar control. So the high glycemic index foods, I would recommend you to avoid or even limit them. And this will include white breads and pastries. Number 2, white rice. Number 3, sugary cereals. Number 4, candy and soda. Number 5 is potatoes, especially mashed or fried. while the low glycemic index foods, and this is best for energy and fat loss. Number 1 is healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, nuts. Number 2, non-starchy veggies like broccoli, spinach. Number 3, fiber-rich fruits like apples, berries. And number 4 is whole grains like quinoa, oats and barley. And number 5 is legumes like lentils and chickpeas. So what makes a food high or low glycemic index? Number 1 is processing. Anything that man is doing is just make it worse. The more refined, the higher the glycemic index. White rice versus brown rice. Number 2, fiber content. More fiber means low glycemic index, like whole grains versus white flour. Number 3, protein and fat. Combining protein and fat lower glycemic index impact. That's why peanut butter on toast is better than just plain toast. How to build a low glycemic diet? I will give you an easy strategy. Number 1, pair carbs with protein and fat. Like as I just told you, protein and fats slow glucose absorption, prevent sugar spikes. For example, you can have a bowl of oatmeal with nuts and Greek yogurt. This will give you a steady energy. Number 2, swap processed for whole grains. So use the brown rice instead of white rice. Whole wheat bread instead of white bread. Number 3, eat more fiber. Fiber slows digestion and sugar absorption, and that means low glycemic impact. So either add leafy greens, beans, nuts, and seeds to your meals. Number 4, avoid liquid sugar bombs. Sodas, fruit juices, orange juices, and energy drinks. They all have high glycemic index, and they are high glycemic index traps. Fun fact, a bottle of soda can spike your blood sugar faster than a candy bar. Number 5 is the biggest low glycemic index mistakes people make. Can you guess which ones? So mistake number 1 is thinking all carbs are bad. They are not. It's all about choosing wisely. Number 2 is not watching portion sizes. Even low glycemic index food can spike blood sugar in excess. Number 3 is forgetting glycemic load. So the glycemic index only tells you part of the equation. The other part is the portion size also matters. For example, watermelon has a high glycemic index, but its glycemic load is low because it's mostly water. So the bottom line here is all about balance, not restriction. Let me give you a quick recap about the glycemic index in a nutshell. So low glycemic index equals stable blood sugar, more energy, better metabolism. High glycemic index equal crashes, craving, fat storage, and disease risk. The best low glycemic index food are whole grains, fiber-rich veggies, healthy fats and proteins, while avoid any processed carbs and liquid sugar. And remember, balance is key. And there you have it, low glycemic index eating 101. A question for you before you go: what is your go-to healthy carbs? Let me know below. If you want more science-backed health tips, please like and subscribe. I will see you next time. I know you're gonna follow the low glycemic index diet. Let me know next time. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Bye bye.